Between thought and bone, where memory rested, it all began. Not as a realm, but as a remembrance of what was. It rose from marrow. Jagged peaks pierced what would one day become the sky. The earthen foundations trembled with ambition, so fierce that the bones shook beneath its own becoming. The continents formed, shattered and reformed countless times. The quakes were unending, leaving wounds too deep for stone to mend. The chasms cried out to be filled, beckoning that which flows to fill what's broken. Essence poured into the fractures, the current soothing broken stone, a balm upon the first wounds. That gentleness grew possessive, and the calm current and rain transformed to storm. Torrents fell unceasingly, drowning all that stood proud. The waters rose without respite, a suffocating weight pressing upon the world's core. Beneath those drowning depths, pressure crushed the stone until it started to bleed a molten defiance. Fissures formed deep below, and magma surged upward, transforming the waters into atmosphere. Yet the hunger of flame knows no satisfaction. That which burned became insatiable, consuming. As fire made itself known, ash veiled the sky, and the flames consumed even themselves. From that veil of ash, the cold of winter found its first breath. The frost etched delicate patterns across the charred remains. The ice crept up mountains, through valleys, and across plains, creating a stillness where once was fury. Yet that chilling preservation became but a frozen prison, a prison awaiting a spark. It was lightning that split the ice-bound skies. Energy surged through the stillness, crackling with possibility. Motion returned, the rivers remembered flow, and the winds recalled their breeze. The pulse of power built upon itself, growing without restraint, threatening to rupture what it had awakened. From beneath it all, something slowly crawled. Hungry, it found the perfect meal. Decay spread through the energy, consuming what could no longer hold form, returning power to soil and ash. Its withered fingers stretched across the overfull land, yet this decay only recognized rot. A permanent, permeating rot. Only time could heal such festering wounds. Measured pulses emerged amidst the dissolution. Time-marked moments between being and unbeing, giving purpose to pattern. What fell would rise again in its season. Time ticked forward. The endless cycles sought somewhere to unfold, somewhere to become more. Space unfurled in answer. Distance born where once was only one. Reality stretched outward, creating dimension and perspective. Time was given room to weave its patterns across the newly formed vastness. Yet space knew no restraint, expanding beyond measure, thinning until it threatened to unravel. It stretched beyond limit, where the edges frayed, allowing shadow to spill through. The darkness flowed inward, drawing its veil across the nascent cosmos. Within shadow, secrets found sanctuary, yet this embrace grew too complete, threatening to swallow all distinction. A necessary wound pierced the shadow, demanding illumination. Brilliance cast across the shadowed realm, defining what had been obscured. Mountains stood proud in the glow, and the ocean sparkled with newfound radiance. Yet with no witness to this illumination, the light awaited eyes that would behold it. Consciousness called out for those to gaze at what would otherwise be unseen. Life arose. Possibility breathed, verdant and vibrant. From ocean depths to forest canopy, existence filled with beings sensing, seeking, becoming, yet without end, without consequence. Life multiplied, beyond measure, beyond meaning, until life's purpose required completion, a gift of endings. Death-etched conclusion, not cruelty, but necessity, creating renewal and meaning. Without this silence, wonder held no contrast, beauty, no definition. Yet the final boundary threatened to claim all, to return everything to eternal stillness. And so what ended returned, bone to stone, flesh to soil. 12 forces, neither balanced nor chaotic, but bound. A world born not of design, but of longing. This is just the start of a miracle, born from the shards of calamity.